All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. All right, what we talked in our previous classes before, this is an updated class for the beginners and also anyone else that want to learn the basic foundation again. Corporate credit out there in the whole place out there that everyone teaches always teaches the basics. They're all good at what they do, but one thing they have not done is increase your level of awareness of what else you can go ahead and have out there. Besides, who cares if you have $1 million in cash credit? What if I told you how to go ahead and duplicate that without any pain, with no all the stuff you had to go through in the beginning? Once you learn this cookie cutter aspect of corporate credit, how to build it from the ones, a lot of them, thank you for the ones that actually have come from them. I thank you for coming here, for the ones that you've been with before, you've grown it, and you learned how to go ahead and daisy chain, layer your credit, and now you actually have your more credit without using your credit again, without using your what do you say, your own personal credit. So here's the thing. For those of you who are brand new, yes, that you can use your personal credit, but they have never explained to you how to get out of it when you sign. We will go through the process, what it takes. Does it take a little bit? Yes, it does, of course. When you first sign up, whoever you sign up with, and if the ones you're signing up with us, we keep telling you, if you're going to co-sign for a corporation, there's a time and place to do it, and a time and place to do it, and then from there, the strategy begins. But no one's ever showed you the strategy, how to get out of the credit that you personally guaranteed for. Even the ones that you've personally guaranteed to before, the companies that won't let you out, which means they say, no, we want a personal guarantee. It is true, and yet it's not true. Again, it's all in the structure. And so that part, I say, I apologize for the industry not spilling the beans, because again, it's like one company says, and I like this gentleman very much. He's really good at what he says. He says that one of the things that in the back in the days, no one would ever want to share the credit secrets with you. Oh, because it's secret, and oh, we can't tell you. Those are the things that who cares? It's all out there. Everyone want to show you is everything I've done, everything I've been through. There's no theory with this. I've been through it. I've been, what do you call it? The spit on, boot off stage, however you want to say it. But the thing is this: the whole process is actually easy. The pieces are out there, but you have to know where to go get them, and they hide them pretty well. You just got to know where to look. So I just want to go ahead and say with you today, I thank you for all of you being here, and I want to go ahead and get moving forward on this. So again, corporate credit blueprint is who can help you build your business credit with no personal credit check or guarantee. We can do it with no guarantees, or we can do it with guarantees that'll help you build your company credit faster. It all depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for cash credit, if you have good credit, cool, we can get it faster, but you still have to follow the steps. You can't change the steps. I don't care if you put in $1 billion. There's some steps you have to follow still to build a company from scratch. If you even if you don't have a company from scratch, if you've been around 10, 15, 17, 20 years, some people have nothing on their credit report, and they've been working all these years and nothing showed because no one showed them how to do it. It still takes the same process. It still takes the same process. So just remember that. The length of time to do anything, the first 90 days is a grunt work. That is, you are going to be doing a lot of the grunt work. The services you pay for, there's a service you pay for to join, that's one price, and then there's a service to go ahead, and if you want them to do the work for you, which means go to the state and file your corporation for you, get your tax ID for you, order your stock kit for you, order your phone for you, get your website done for you, you're going to pay for that. Okay, unless you can do it. If you're willing to do it yourself, you can. Let me tell you, those items, it's the beginning of your step. That's the investment you must make in yourself. You really got to believe enough in yourself that you know within after 90 days, you're done with the grunt work, excuse me, and then we all go do the work for you. Our team, we have an excellent team. You'll be for the first 5 days when you first join, we're going to bug you. Excuse me. I'm sorry that we really are going to bug you, which means is we want to make sure that when you sign up with us, there's no such thing as buyer remorse. It's what it has to do with is that self-confidence remorse. It has nothing to do with us. We already know how to do this business. We've been doing it since 1985, and a lot of the crew's been around a long time. So also, we also hooked up with other people that have been around just as long as I have, so I can say 75 years. But here's the thing. It's your lack of confidence when you get buyer's remorse because how you think it's going to go, you don't want to hear how it's going to go. You keep trying to hear the way you want it. So I'm pretty blunt. I'm blunt the way it goes, but here's the thing. The rewards are great. I'm telling you before, it used to take 24 months to get the stuff that we're talking about built. So with this, no further ado, let's get rolling. You're probably telling me, keep quiet. Let's do this. All right, here we go. The next thing is building a beatable business credit starts with 7 vendors. 7 vendors. This is the 7 basics that you want to begin to understand you need in the beginning. For some of you that don't have the credit, this is what you need in the beginning. It's not linked to your tax ID. They call it EIN. I call it tax ID. So when you see EIN, when I say tax ID, that's what I mean, EIN. It's not connected to your social security number. If you have bad personal credit now, who cares? We and the vendors don't care to use to build your business credit profile. If you have great credit and you want to move faster, that's great too. But you all must understand the consequences of getting your corporate credit is the grunt work. You've got to put some blood in. You've got to have a little skin in the game. The first 90 days is your accountability. After that, it's a team accountability because now we have everything set up. There's some things that we can't do for you because of the fact some people consider the information sensitive. And this time and era, you got a lot of people that just don't want to work and they want to find a shortcut and they want to steal and do all kind of crazy stuff. I don't mean steal like stealing from a store, but try to steal from people like using their, their credit, their information, whatever it is. That's crazy. You know what? If you put a little work in, after 60 days, you'll have something. After 90 days, you'll have the foundation. After 60 days, you'll have the beginning of the foundation. And then 90 days forward, man, you're going to take off like a rocket because, again, the team will move you forward. We'll help you establish your credit profile. You'll be able to get approved with Walmart, Amazon, Staples, Apple's, Lowe's, Ford. That means a car, not a car, but you'll end up with a credit line with them to buy cars, all right? Best Buy, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and more. Some of when you first begin your corporation, they send you applications for the American Express, a Visa card. And if you have good credit, a lot of you get crazy and start applying right away. Don't do it. Relax. Wait till we do it because we have a specific method that we can go ahead and do everything at one time. And you'll end up with more credit, about $150,000 to begin with. All right? Now, we're talking about and there's just many more cards you'll get. Also, another thing, plus we'll show you how to make money offering your business credit and financing. And don't forget our bonuses that we've come along that we showed you in the past. You bring people to us that need business financing, you will get paid. I promise you'll get paid. So, excuse me, I took a drink. All right. So most people fail trying to start building business credit. Why? Well, okay, you look enough DVDs or DVDs. Boy, you can tell I just aged myself. Anyways, all right, you can tell about how many things you see on YouTube. You look at all these credits that tell you, hey, do this, do this. That's perfectly fine. That stuff's like basic. That's okay. But most of them don't work because they don't tell you the process. They don't give you the steps. Most don't even know the right vendors to apply to for which in order to apply. Many don't know how to get approved with the vendors. So there's many different vendors out there that we're going to give you today. And we have some other ones that we'll go ahead and give you as a bonus. One of the things I want to make you aware of is this. All the beautiful things that you always wish for can actually be acquired. Yes, does it take time? Of course it does. Does it take time to go ahead and move? Of course it does. Everything takes time. Everything usually, if you look back in your life, happens in 90 days. Usually happens in 90 days. Here's what I'm saying. If you're looking for your business credit and financing to help your business grow, we at Corporate Credit Blueprint could go and help and assist you. And attached below are the names and the contracts and the contact information for us. And here, people who actually call today, I'm just telling you straight up, whoever calls us today, will give you $500 off and a lifetime membership to your personal back room. So a personal back room. You can just give us a call at 614-349-8242. Again, 614-349-8242. Corporate Credit Blueprints 6 at gmail.com. Corporate Credit Blueprint 6 at gmail.com. Again, that's Corporate Credit Blueprint 6 at gmail.com. And that is the numbers, the numeric number 6. So also what I want to go ahead and say with respect to you, thank you again for being here. Let's move forward. All right. This guide is for you. If you're looking for money to grow or expand your business, you want high limit business credit accounts that aren't linked to your social security number, you want the easiest and fastest way to get money out of your business, and as the most money. You want to get credit lines and loans. Okay, now I know I put credit line and loans in there, and that's kind of like uh, it's yes and it's no. I don't like loans, but sometimes you're going to be forced into a loan. Now, if you go into a loan, then what I want you to understand is this: if you go into a loan ends, which means you go in, you apply, and guess what? Now you're either going to get turned down or approved. All right, cool beans. You get a oh, geez, another jargon word that this is cool beans. Age me again. All right. So the thing is that loans again mature. It comes to an end, and if you want to get another loan, you have to apply again. Well, this you don't have to do with credit lines. Credit lines, credit lines, credit lines. If you have to take a loan, then take the loan, but make sure it's a loan that when it ends, you don't mind missing it. All right, you don't mind missing it. We have hybrid loans. We have different types of loans for you. I mean, loans and credit lines. Loans are only. I would only use loans if it's something you're not going to miss, and you don't have to go reapply again. Credit lines are the best because once you pay the credit line off, it's still there. It doesn't go anywhere. You keep paying it on time, keep going, and you got it. You have it again, and eventually they'll keep increasing it for you. So that's what we mean by. That's what I mean by loans. Also, here's the business credit basics. Business credit is credit for your business under the tax ID that's not linked to your personal social security number. It can be used for business to fund itself. It can obtain business credit with no consumer credit check and no personal credit reporting. In the beginning, don't you dare, especially you newbies. Newbies meaning your first time you're open. Some of your senior, older, let's say you have the youngsters, you have the middle school, and now you have the uh, well seasoned, let's say, in the business. The thing is this: if you even if you're well seasoned, if your corporation has been around for 17 years and you don't have anything on it, it's still going to help you and assist you to follow these, but never guarantee vendors that'll be coming up here in a minute. Never guarantee personal guarantee it. There's exceptions to every rule, but like for instance, you're not going to go ahead and guarantee a vendor that gives you toilet paper. It's not worth it, okay? Because it's going to hurt and put a ding against your credit, your personal credit. We're not trying to do that at all. We're saving that particular weapon to go ahead and weaponize you if you really want to jump and move faster and get cash credit. Then we're able to bundle it in a certain way where you can get anywhere from $10,000 to $150,000 in one swoop, and it just depends also your credits that you have available that you have in your personal, which we'll go over later on. All right, so you can get approved without a personal guarantee, which is required to get approved for banking financing and to get the most money at the best terms. So we're going to wait to particular areas. But following the steps outlined today in the vendor credit, immediately you can use this to get retail, fleet, cash credit. You can expect approvals from anywhere from 10 to 100 times those typical consumer limits. And keep in mind, anyone can see your business credit without your permission. Like I said earlier in the beginning of the webinar, that I'm working from home. All of us are working from home. Please be careful. Please make sure you wear your mask when you go out. Let's all participate in that so we can keep each other safe, because we all have families and friends. If not, you have your goldfish or your dogs that you love, or flowers or plants. The thing is, stay healthy, because here's the thing: they don't have anything for it right now. Yet when they do, still, stay healthy. But also like this: this way you can fulfill your dreams when you're healthy. So again, you're going to hear dogs in the background of my house. You're going to hear this stuff going in the background of the house. You're going to hear everyday life, okay? But just to let you know, I'm working from home, just like you're at home listening today. I appreciate that, and all of you. Soon here, eventually the system will be to where now you all can, I can have y'all. Here you go. All right, you all can go ahead and come down, and we'll have a seminar, a live seminar. I'll be in different places. It'll be maybe in Providence, Rhode Island. Probably be in Chicago. It'll be in Arizona. But the thing is that we'll have live demonstrations so you can see. It's the most best thing that actually can happen. But this is the best we can do as we keep going. All right. So let's go to the next slide. Here we go. All right. So yes, you can get approved, even if the banks have said no. Even when you have no prior credit reporting, no docs, no banks, no tax returns required, okay, even as a nonprofit, regardless of consumer credit quality, as long as you have U.S. business. Here's one of the important things is this. The no doc, no banks, or tax returns required is very awesome. That particular program, it is where you don't need. If you want to move fast, here you go. If you want to move fast, if you have good credit, we can show you how to do this right away once you get your company set up to a specific point. This can be done within 30 days. It's on your part if you decide to run with it, which means get the paperwork done once you get your corporation, your bank account, your everything else set up, your Dun and Brad, your business experience, all those things. Now remember also in those areas, those of you who are part of the organization and part of the team, the thing is you've got to go to your back room to go ahead and experience everything that is there. So the things that will go ahead and happen for you. So one of the things that we understand is that you will go ahead and learn more what it takes so you can go ahead and understand what it is. So we want to thank you very much for understanding that sometimes we're not trying to rush the process, but that's why things still have to be set up correctly, even for people that want to move quickly. You still have to have the correct process for it. All right. So with that said, I just want to go ahead and let you know is that, but don't just take our word for it. Here's something. Here's a client. The client here who says we want back the business line of credit. All right. He started with corporate credit blueprint. We got him set up. His credibility, built his business credit. After following the steps, he does now have a secure of $96,000 in business credit cards. Just applied for a Platinum American Express and got approved instantly with no limits. See, we have 4 or 5 different companies call us every day trying to give us money, and that's really a good problem to have. They were calling him every day trying to go ahead and have him feel money. All right. So now what I want to go ahead and do is go ahead and say that the thing that you're looking for is what we're looking for is to go ahead and make it simple for you. We have excited, and if you don't have a business credit yet, you should get involved with corporate credit blueprint to go ahead and have the same results. That's just what one of the people have said. Okay, there's many more. Now this is vendor credit 101, vendor credit business 101. Now you don't do this. Whatever it is, what I say, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. All right. Having a tax ID doesn't mean you have established credit. Remember, having a tax ID does not mean you have established credit. If you go to a bank or retailer and try to get credit using your tax ID with no credit established, you'll always get a denial. Guaranteed, which means this. If you don't personal guarantee anything at this particular time, you will get a denial because you don't have anything set up. There's no Dun and Brad. There's no business experience, no bank account, no website for people to go look to see if you exist. All right. So that is useless to you if you've gone to a personal, if you have good personal credit. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get those approvals while supplying your personal guarantee. Not yet. Building your business credit the right way. You can start with a roof. You must start with the foundation first to build up. In other words, you can't start building a house with a roof. You must start with the foundation first and build up. You can't start with a store or credit cash from your bank. If you do, you'll be denied 100% of the time. This is what I'm not talking about co-signing. I'm just talking straight. If you try to use your business, it won't work. If you co-sign even now in the beginning, you're going to make a huge mistake because you're going to get only dinky amounts. I'm talking if you're going to get big amounts, you've got to wait to have it set up just right to get the big amounts. All right. First, you must build your trade lines, that report. This is also known as a vendor credit tier. Once you have done this, so you'll have an established credit profile, then you'll get a business credit score. With an established business credit profile score, you can start getting retail stores and from your cash credit. I'm thinking ahead of time too about some of the stuff for you guys. All right, but here's one of the things. The bottom line is when you first begin, even if you're a senior, those of you who come from other places that already have your credit, well, this is probably basic for you. Again, it always is good to refresh on the basics. The basics of your foundation is the best. The basic of the foundation is the best. Here's one thing I want to go ahead and say to some of you is this. What is vendor credit? I'm going to explain to you that in a moment. But here's one of the things. You've got to get your edge back. You've got to get your drive back. Here's one of the things you want to begin to think. You don't have to be afraid of the fear of not knowing how to build your corporate credit. We will work with you along the way. All right? You'll even understand is that then you'll realize that you're going to have the faith and also the strength to build your corporate credit as you get going. Because here's the thing. This is your empire you're building. It's no longer somebody else's. It is yours. It is yours. Vendor credit comes from trade vendors who issue credit to their customers to buy their product and services. This is credit you can and should use to grow your business while you're building your business credit. Most vendor credit have terms: net 15, net 30, net 22, net 55, net 60. So if you're approved for 1,000 in a vendor credit, should you use all of it? No. You must pay the money back in 30 days, 22 days, 15 days, 50 days, 60 days, such as within 30 days on a 30 net. Vendor credit benefits. Vendor credit is important because it's an important step in building business credit. It's easier to get the retail to fleet, but it can lead to store fleet credit, establishing what I said in the beginning about your American Express, your Visa, MasterCards, Staples, gas cards, Costco, Walmart. Also another thing, will help your business credit get credit lines and loans. All right. The process is proven to work. That's what I say. This is step by step. The first 90 days is a step by step. That's the most important part because you're planting the seed. One of the things you want to remember is this. There's a time that you need, that you had the edge, and now you're going to have the edge back in your life again because now it's your empire you're building. You're not building someone else's empire like you've been doing. This is seated and playing. You're playing to win. Some people, as you began in life, you being a woman working, or you set up your business, and credit failed, you ruined your own personal credit, you brought the pain home. Why would you want to bring the pain home? You will no longer have to bring the pain home. But one thing I want to let you know is this. A lot of you became afraid. You became afraid of, God, should I try again? Be afraid of other people. They're going to go ahead and tell you. You want to understand a lot of these things come into play that you want to go ahead and play in a fair place so you know for a fact that you can go ahead and take care of your business vendor credit. One of the things I want you to understand is stop living in fear. The fear is because you've lost your confidence. You've lost your confidence. The confidence does not come from fear. The confidence, if you started something, you wanted to quit, you don't have to. Now you have a team, a support team that's going to be there right with you all the way. Some of you just settle in life. Stop settling. Don't have to do that anymore. Living on fear is not you can't live on fear. It's not having fear creates lack of money. Even though you might be in a spurt, that's why I say when you get your business credit going and you start creating your business, you can start paying things ahead. So when a storm comes, you're not so worried. Here's the thing. Worry is just a lack of momentum. All I want to say is this to you. You no longer have to live in fear. You no longer have to worry about losing what you have. It's just beginning and started and knowing you have someone behind you to kind of give you a little pat and say, hey, let's go. Let's get going. You got it. We're close. 60 days, 90 days. In 90 days, what have you done in the last 90 days besides going to Starbucks and worry, what am I going to go ahead and do? I have no money to start this. Guess what? You'll have money to start your dreams. Here's the steps to get your vendor credit, okay? These are the steps right here to get your credit, your vendor credit, all right? One of the things you want to understand when you want to pick your vendor credit, find items in the store and put them into the cart, and set up the cart, and go to the payment options. And then just check and say you want payment options. It's going to say, get, invoice me. Then you're going to wait for your email. Then the email say either yay or nay. Okay? If they approve you, cool. Pay the bill as soon as you can. If they don't approve you, cool. They're either going to ask you to pay up front if you wish or not. It's up to you. But if you don't, then you won't start building your corporate credit. But let me make you aware of something, okay? Let me make you aware. Here's this. Using newly established business credit profile scores, you can then start to get approval for retail credit. And here's the warning. Some of the vendors that you pay don't report up to 90 days. So don't think they report right away. All right? So if you don't get approved, and you call them and say, do you guys report in 30 days or 90 days? You make the choice how you want to do it. It's up to you. All right? So, forward. Now, vendor credit accounts. Vendor credit accounts. This is possible because with your tax ID. Remember I said tax ID is the same as EIN. Tax ID in your credit profile is established. The reason why I use EIN is because the IRS use EIN on their site. They don't use really tax ID. All right? It can stand on its own. Just remember, your tax ID can stand on its own. It does not require you or our personal guarantee, which means your SOC, a security number. This way, having a tax ID, you'll begin to learn how to protect your own assets. All right? So, if you leave your Social Security number off the application, the credit issuer then pulls your tax ID credit, sees a solid profile because you are starting to build it properly, and score, and then approve you for real revolving credit. Bank credit cards may still ask you for your Social Security number and date of birth only for verification purposes only. That's usually why they ask them, because after 9/11, that law, that public law they passed, I'll keep my opinion to myself. All right, cool. Now, 7 vendors who will approve you. All right, everyone knows this company. Everybody knows this place. Uline Shipping. But here's what they do to get you started. They report to Dun & Brad and Business Experian. I call it a twofer, which means now they go report to Dun & Brad and to Business Experian. So it's worth having them because they report to both credit bureaus. All right, excuse me, I just took a drink. All of you watching this YouTube, let me tell you, this is a real live seminar I'm not on the web, but with my class in Zoom. But here's the thing. I just want to let you know, this is real. I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to do this like I was live in front of you. This is not a professional YouTube video and everything. So I'm just like regular folk, just like you. But the thing is, I've established this. I've acquired this. I've done this. All right? And I've made all the mistakes up to this point. Okay? Everything I teach, again, is to let you know I've done this. There's no theory behind any of this. So let's go back to Uline. So the thing is, you need to order at least $50 or more before they report. So order 50, 60 bucks. Your first orders might need to be prepaid initially so your company can get approved. Now this one, I would go ahead and pay because they report in 30 days. They don't take 90 days to report on a prepaid basis, all right? But now here's the thing. How to apply with them? Add an item to your shopping cart, go to the checkout, select your open account, and select to be invoiced. They'll email you either yay or nay, all right? And again, it's how you set up your company in the beginning. Let me tell you this, when you get your corporation, don't file for anything. Do not do anything yet until, again, you get your corporation, you get your stock kit, you hold your meeting, do everything appropriately. So if they ask you for your minutes or bylaws, because I stand for a C Corp. If those of you like a corporation, I like a C Corp because C Corp gives you 100% and 101% protection, which means this. If you really love, I want an LLC, nothing wrong with that. I want an S Corp, nothing wrong with that. I want an LLP, nothing wrong with that. Develop a corporation first because you'll give yourself a line of protection. Have a corporation, then create an LLC. The corporation has a thing called a resolution. Resolution, resolution, resolution. And it still stands from the day this corporation's been invented till now. The resolution is the most powerful form you can have as long as you have it up front. It will not protect you against fraud, so forget any of that. Anything else after that, as long as you follow the directions of the corporation through the resolution, which means this. I know I'm on a tangent. This is other courses, an advanced course, but most people don't understand how this works, so I'm going to give you a little tidbit. The resolution gives you protection against stuff that could come about. When you file an LLC does not stand for a limited liability corporation. It stands for limited liability company. You don't have the protection that a corporation has if you do everything correctly. If you become the managing member yourself. But if a corporation files the LLC, gives you a resolution, and authorizes you to create the LLC in behalf of the corporation's name, then they give you a resolution, or in the same resolution, to set it up, establish it under the corporation's name, and you are just been authorized to act in behalf of the corporation, and the corporation is the acting manager, and you are acting in behalf of the corporation. So now you're not on the hook. So everything you sign is always as attorney in fact or on behalf of the corporation. There's other things to go along with that, but I'm just giving you a heads up. So you can steal the LLC. And if you want the LLC in your name, good. Have the corporation still establish it in a name that looks like your name. All right? Those of you that are ego driven. There's nothing wrong with the ego driven. Just know how to protect your ego so you don't get banged. Because sometimes people have a huge ego that you can't even, the checks you write, you can't even cash the checks because your egos are so big. So again, just some things like that for you. Next thing, Quill. Y'all know Quill. Come on, some of you do. If you don't, congratulations to the new world. 7 vendors who will approve you again and report. Again, this is real simple. Now, this one office supply only applies to Dun & Brad. Well, that's a Paydex score. Dun & Brad, Dun & Brad. Dun & Brad also goes by your charter number on your, guess what? Articles of incorporation. There's a number on your article of incorporation that is considered a charter number that Dun & Brad verifies and uses as well. Most people don't understand that, don't know that, but I just want to make you aware. If anyone ever asks you for a charter number, and it will come, it's on the front of your document. You know the number is there, and if not, I'll answer that question in our other class session. I'll show you. All right? So here's the thing. If not, you can apply for them, net 30, and I'll ask you to prepay order again. Them, they want at least about $100, okay? Maybe. But here's always the but. Or I can say and normally a prepaid order won't report, and you accounts require $50 more purchase to report. So here's what I want to do. You can purchase 50, 60. If you do 100 on a pre-order, I'm saying in other words, you don't have to do that. Just the 50, 60 bucks tops. All right. For a new business with no credit history, which means when you get everything set up right, you're not going to have anything on your report yet. Now, some of you might, if you've been in business for a while, we go and now dig to see what you have that we can go ahead and add to your report because you already have that history going. So we see, and then it gets reported. So you don't really have to do anything, but we have to dig into, okay, what do you have, and this, that, and the other thing. So if you don't have any credit history, you may need to prepay a purchase until the net 30 is approved, which means this. You're going to have to order from Quill. And there's other places you can order from and get net 30. In the next class, I'll show you the ones for the bonuses for next week inside of the next training class for this. All right? So what we want to go ahead and begin here is you might have to be pre-approved. All right, how to qualify? Your business entity must be in good standing with the Secretary of State, have a tax ID number, DUNS number, business address, matching everywhere, business license, if it's applicable, check with your state or city if you need one. If not, don't worry about it. And a bank account. Bank account, please. All right, Granger, same thing. You all know Granger. Granger will more likely, here's what they're going to want from you. It's real simple. They sell this is like a man's glory house. All right, has everything in there. And for someone, their glory house too. Or it could be for anybody's glory house. It's all kinds of good. They have all kinds of good stuff in there. They really do. All right. If you ever go into one, it's like, wow. All right. So business license they want, tax ID number they want. Now notice they say tax ID, but just always remember, that's why you have a tax ID and a DUNS number. Business address that matches, your bank account, and a DUNS number. Here's another thing. Your business entity must be in good standing and with the state, which means you're up with your current fee. So if you just started your corporation, you're in good standing. And if you've been going on for business and you still business shows in the state good standing, you're good. All right, if your business doesn't have an established credit, they will require additional documents. Now, additional documents like accounts payable, income statements, balance sheets, and the like, even bank statements. So this is why it's going to be so important so that they can see that what you have going on, all right? Also, behalf.com. Now let me tell you about behalf.com. All right? You can get up to $50,000 in purchasing power. They will debit your account on a schedule you set. This is based on business checking, account history. So, Behalf is an internal scoring system. You must have a business bank account in good standing without any negative postings. Okay? And they will pull a soft personal inquiry. Soft personal inquiries to make sure that you're not having any problems. So, with those things said, what I want you to understand is that these are all the little things. There's nothing wrong with a soft inquiry. Okay? If they're going to do a soft inquiry, let them. Soft inquiry means they're not going to ding your credit report and no one's going to see it. They just want to make sure that even if you have a personal score of 500, they're looking for no bankruptcies, okay? All right, so to qualify, here you go. You definitely, I would say it says to qualify, you may need. Forget all this you may need. You want an EIN. all right, to have your business entity squared away, all right, or I put in partnership for LLC, all right, because some people start a corporation and they put the LLCs to get the protection, as I talked about. And in good standing with all the Secretary of State, your business address matching, business license, if you need one, also a DUNS number, business bank account, and also you provide your social security number, and they only perform a soft inquiry. Okay? So now, with this, with this one, let's just keep on moving, keep going. Now, here, the 7 vendors who will approve you a report. Strategic Network, I like them. There's 2 companies they have. This is so awesome. This one they definitely will approve you for $1,000 up front. All right, but you got to have everything in order. All right, and they'll increase it by $500 increments if balances are paid in full and on time. All right. So here's the other thing for this, you guys. To report, they report to Experian and Credit Safe. A lot of you Google Credit Safe. Why? It's another credit agency for businesses. That's why when we work with you, we have other areas for you to begin to look at your credit area to see how it's going for your company. Credit Safe is one of them. Here's the thing. Credit Safe also is hooked up. They align with, not hooked up, they align with Business Experian on building your credit, your cash credit. Experian is your cash credit. This one's important because now it tells Experian you're worthy of cash credit. What they do, when I say they'll approve you for $1,000, is that they have things on there you need to. When I say you need to, if you don't get it, you don't get it. See, the thing is when you go on, there's one thing they have you apply. They have you apply for a online items that are downloadable. You get that first, then you pay that. Then there's stuff you can order after that, are hard items that will be shipped to you, whatever you wish. Just go to strategicnetworksolutions.com and you'll see. All right. Now, you have to have an EIN. Your business entities is squared away, like I said. Some people, again, they understand the rule. They get a corporation and they want an LLC or a partnership. All right. I'll have it all in good standing. Have your business address, you guys. I'm telling you, have everything square. When you first get in, it's not that we leave you alone, but the first 60 days, we help you build this stuff. And the first 30 days, if you move quickly, 30 days means this. Not from the 30 days you sign up with us. Not from the first 30 days when you sign up with us, because if you don't have a corporation, it's going to take about that long before you get the corporation together, your business tax ID, getting your checking account set up. And yes, for us, it's easy. We know what we got to do. We know what states we can order from. Some states you can order online and get your document back online within 48 hours. Boom, you're ready to go. Then you get your tax ID, and then within a week you're ready to go. But some states, they don't do that. It takes about a week, 2 weeks. California is the longest. Holy moly for California. So those are the things you want to understand. The time you get your documents is this. When you receive your stock kit, you will have the stock kit after you have your articles of incorporation. After you have your articles of incorporation, you receive your stock kit, which means usually you are the one that needs to order the stock kit. When you the day you receive your the day you receive your article of incorporation, either through the email or in the mail, however you receive them, the day they're in your hot little hands is the first when you apply for your tax ID. And then right after that, you go ahead and you order your stock kit. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but get a stock kit with a seal and all the stuff that you need. And it comes with the minutes and bylaws. All I'm saying is you'll have everything there you need. And also, don't expect some big paperwork that comes with your articles of incorporation. It might be 3 or 4 pages. Some of them might just be 1 page. Here's the thing. People think you have this big old binder. No, it builds up over years. Then when you order your stock kit, it's not that many pieces of paper. You have your bylaws and your minutes, and they're separate. Now, I mean separate. They're 2 different stacks, but they're not that big. All right? So don't think you can get some kind of big, when you order a corporation, some kind of, oh, wow. No, you're not. It's simple. It's basic, okay? All right. So now you all know what you got to have here. Now, this is the best one I like. This one I say, if you can, go to this one, give them the $500 and get rolling. Give them the $500 and get rolling. All right? Now, Wix Fleet is it's a repair for maintenance on your vehicles, and some gas stations take it for right now. They report to all 3 bureaus. That's why I like this one. You get the Dun & Brad, Equifax, and Business Experience. This is a good one. It's a fleet card, and it has a reward program. But before applying for multiple accounts, don't apply for multiple accounts. They will they'll red flag your account for fraud. Just get one in the meantime. Get one, wait a little bit, like, a couple of months. All right? So get a fleet card. Get one fleet card. All right? Now, it's $500 deposit in lieu of a personal guarantee. Don't personal guarantee this. Get the $500 if you can, or save for it, work for it, but get the Wix card. That's the one you're always going to want to carry because it reports to all three bureaus. This one I would keep after you get your corporation card. This one I would keep because eventually they're going to just get you on just a 30-day net. You have to. Here's the awesome thing about this. Once you get done paying them and they see that you're paying, when you use the $500, they're going to want the $500 back again. All right, for about 90 days. So you can do this for maybe 3 months. But the thing is, use $50, pay $50 back. You don't have to use the whole $500. It just shows that you can make the payment. And then after 90-day billing cycle, 90-day billing cycle, find out what the cycle is. After 90 days, call them and say, hey, can I get on a 30-day net? And guess what? They're going to say, yes, you paid on time. They're going to pull your report. So keep all your credit intact. Got it? All right. Cool beans. All right. People ready. I like them. At the same time, when you talk to them, see they still report to Dun & Brad. I've heard rumors from my students in the last couple of weeks. They said they don't report. I haven't reached out to them yet. I'm going to do that this week to find out. If not, I'll just take them off here. But right now, as far as I know, they're still doing it. I had a client last week said they did. So I would just go ahead and call people ready to see. If they don't, then don't go with them. All right. And I'll just go ahead and move this. If I hear any more rumors this week from my students, I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, I'm reaching out anyways to them. But if my students say there aren't, before I reach to them, then I'm just going to take this off. Okay. So I just want to make you aware of this at this time as of August 1st, 2020. I want to make you aware this is, I'm going to go check after that. If not, I'll disappear this off this particular slide and just let you know. If not, then it'll be. So I'm just making you aware. Go check for yourself because this is going to be on YouTube. All right. Unsecured business finance. Let me go over this. This is really important for you folks. Here's one thing I want to let you know. Unsecured business finance. This is another option for funding. All right. You can get 0% credit lines. That's 0% anywhere between 6, all right, to 18 months of 0% on the business line of credit. I just want to make you aware of that. This is considered also the hybrid program that I was talking about. The hybrid program is for people. This is what if you have good credit. If you want to move after we get your business set up. So the first 30 days, if you really want to get your credit lines up to 150,000, and it depends also on your personal credit and the status you have, which means how many credit cards you have and the highest credit card limit that you do have. Usually they'll give you 3 to 4 times that amount. Now, with that being said to you, I want to make you aware, this is the program that when you decide to go ahead and personal guarantee because you want the cash lines up front, which now will establish your corporation's credit quicker because it'll start reporting cash credit and also the Dun & Brad number as well. You're going to need some vendor credit still to go ahead and get the Dun & Brad going, but this will actually get a lot of things going a lot quicker. Why? Because you're personal guarantee it. But we have to have your company set up in the proper way so you can go ahead and get the money done correctly for your business. All right? So now, some of you have just received your articles, and some of you just received your tax ID. Some of you just received your stock kits, or stock kit's been ordered. The day you receive your stock kit, that's the 30-day count line, which means you've got to be this. Now you have yourself the prep to get ready to go. You have to be ready to go, which means get your bank account, and also then your website should be already made. Your phone numbers that you have for your company. You cannot list a cell phone. Please don't try it. Get a company phone number with AT&T, 800 number. An 800 number is like 800.com. You can go to and get an 800 number, and they'll forward it to your cell phone. All it does is breed credibility. If you're going with your, let's say, a phone service like AT&T, call them, and if you get a number that you get, have them forward it to your cell phone. Even if they don't offer an 800 number service, just then if you don't want an 800 number, then go ahead and get a phone number from them and have that phone number be your office phone number and have that number forwarded to your cell phone number. And then also ask them to list that phone number state through the whole United States, period. All 50 states. Say listed in the national directory. All right, cool. Now the financing will report to your business credit account. You need a credit score of 680 or better. All right. Why? Because that's what they need. talk about it. This is called the hybrid program. It's a jumpstart program. They'll give you 5 to 8 times higher of the money that you have on your personal account in this particular program. This was no docs. All right. And also another thing is that there's an exact formula that we use. And the exact formula that we use is, here's the thing, is to get you approved so you can get the 150,000 anywhere up to. All right, up to. You're not going to get, depending on how much you have in your credit card. So if you have high credit card limits already and they're not all maxed out, you will receive some of that. And also, some companies that we apply to you for will send you not only a business card, they'll send you another card from that personal wise. So you might end up with more than what you even asked for in both arenas. So just remember that. All right. So and also another thing, then once you get those credit cards, there's some things that you're going to need to do with that, because then you need to then you're going to start learning how to go ahead and get out of those credit cards that you personally guarantee within 18 months to 24 months tops. But you've got to keep your corporation strong. It's all going to be based now on building a corporation. This just gives you a head start, a kick start for those of you who would do it. And then a lot of this stuff will show you how to go ahead and use it in business, if you want to lend it out, however you want to do it. But then there's other areas that we got to talk to you about. But it's a fun thing. But those of you also, don't panic. I don't have it. I only have 500. We have different programs for 500. But here's the thing. All of you, even if, let's say you don't have, your credit is 400, 300, you still be able to build to get this business credit lines like this for up to 150,000 in about 9 months. In about 9 months. So don't worry. You still will have access to the money in 9 months. Either way you go, good credit, bad credit, no credit, you still can build the same amount of money or more depending how well. We have many people that their credit was so bad, but they still have the same abilities getting cash funding mailed to them. Here's the thing you want to understand. The business credit is not prejudiced. It's not prejudice. It doesn't care who you are. It only cares and looks at your corporation credit. You pay on time, follow our steps, you will have it. Our team will guide you. I promise you that they'll guide you. The only time it hiccups if you don't go into your room that you get. If those who sign up will get a lifetime membership to that room, and it tells you all the steps you get. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and the team will say, go back in the room and look at this. The team calls you and they'll ask you, did you get this done? Did you get that done? Well, no. It's your accountability to do it. No one's going to do it for you. Unless you're willing to pay the fee to get certain things done for you, then we'll get it done quickly. But the thing is, most people don't have the funding for that. Why? Because we charge a lot for that, because it takes a lot of time away from the people that call it in. All right. So I'd rather not do it that way. I don't have a special team set aside for that, because here's the thing. If you need that, you've got to learn how to do this. Why? There's a reason why I'm going to show you here in a minute, because there's a way, in case the storm comes, you don't have to panic. You're going to know what to do. Most people that say they want us to set it up, when we set it up, they get the business going, something happens. You see the wave coming. Oh my God, I'm going to have a problem with the business. I can't afford to pay this. They don't know how to get out of it. They panic. Just like when some of you started your own home business, your home-based business, or the business you had before this coronavirus showed up. Look at all the problems that showed up. The problems that showed up is, guess what? You didn't know how to get out. The money you used from the family, you couldn't pay back. You couldn't do this with it. Oh, you brought the pain home. Now you closed down, and then you quit. You emotionally quit because you got beat up. Here's the thing. No one ever showed you the way out. Those you're just getting out of college, what are you waiting for? This is another thing you should do. Why not? Set up a corporation, have the corporation done right, and guess what? You do realize the corporation that you're going to work for could go ahead and be authorized to go ahead and take over your student loan to pay it for you? Did you realize that? There's so many things you can go ahead and do. What about you traders that trade out their options and trade certain things? Why don't you use a business account? Why aren't you doing that? This is crazy. Don't bring the pain home. Never bring the pain home. Those of you that are in finance and some things, remember, you're going to have ups and downs, ups and downs. You can't look at that's how it goes. And if you're going to panic, oh my God, oh, stop panicking. There's no such thing. Why do you want to do that? Here's the thing. This is your own business. This is what you're building for. You get to create whatever you wish and dream. You want a franchise? You can get a franchise by the corporation. The franchise is structured right. You can get it. How can I really tell you this? How can I tell you in no uncertain terms that you can actually do that? You've got to get the edge back, some of you. Some of you have lost your edge. Some of you older guys out there, I don't know what older is. Let's say over 25. Some of you older guys lost your edge. You lost your drive. This can get your drive back. This could make you big bank Hank to get you rolling. I'm not saying being ridiculous with the money. I'm saying invest that money so the money will make you money. Yeah, even when you lose a little bit, you get to write off in the corporation. But when you lose it, if you're doing your own self, all right, you have to go ahead and do this. I'm doing business as. You're still the target. You're still the target. Why do you want to be the target? Do it. Jim Jones doing business as, let's say, lawnmower service or business restaurant service. Why do you want to bring the pain home to your family? That's ridiculous. Own a corporation, have the corporation pay you accordingly, and that money moves to the family. So if anything hits, it hits the corporation, not the family's money. Come on, you guys. Let's begin to understand this. Those of you that begin with the beginner people, with the people that showed you how to get your cash money up front, they're great guys. Don't get me wrong about them. But they still haven't shown you how to keep the pain from coming home to you. Oh, they say create an LLC. Man, you better Google that. You better Google how the IRS views an LLC. And it's not LLC corporation, it's LLC company. Learn the difference between the two and learn what it really does for you. It's not what they tell you. Look how the IRS looks at it, and it's not like what you think. That's why I've said start a corporation, have the corporation create the LLC, and they'll give you the protection if you structure it right by using a resolution, authorizing you to go ahead and create the LLC for the corporation, and then authorizes you to act in behalf and sign as an attorney in fact or in behalf of the corporation, but it's not you signing for the corporation. Then you can run the LLC, then you'll get that protection. But you have to know how to set it up properly. All right. At one time, you all have had the edge. Now it's time to get the edge back in life. Man, woman, whoever you are, get the edge back. This is what this whole thing is really designed for. But the people out there have shown you, some of you have shown you how to get the money now. Hey, you got credit. Let me try to get this credit. Let me how to get this business credit. Yes, it works. That's fast. Absolutely. I'm not going to deny it. But here's the thing. Tell me how you're going to get out of it. If you get in trouble, how are you going to get out of it? Oh, it's under the LLC. Really? Cool. Look it up. Call me when you're in trouble. Call us then, because then I'm going to charge you 20 times the amount of the course. Why? Because you didn't listen in the beginning. You listen to the gurus that tell you, hey, get your cash credit now up front. Where they're telling you how to get out of it when you get in trouble. Because business is business. But when you have your family, it's not just business. It's your family. It's your house. It's your wife. It's your kids. It's whatever it is. The stuff you can't do. Don't get yourself caught up in that. The reason why I'm kind of going long on this, I just really want to let you know some of you have that vision that, well, I'm okay. They told me that I can get out of it. How? Here we teach you exactly how. With that said, how to build business credit for your tax ID that's not linked to your Social Security number in 2020. Sign up today, invest in yourself, the course, and here's a bonus if it's done today. It's $500 off. Remember, the bonuses are through Friday, are included on the next slide. But here's the thing. The bonus is not included on the next slide. This is the only slide. This is the $500 off you'll get off the corporation. And on top of that, you'll get a bonus. I'm going to tell you verbally what it is, and that is you have a lifetime to the back room to help you always know where you're at, how to set up your company, how to get everything going, and how to get your scores going. To sign up now, just call 614-349-8242. Again, 614-349-8242. Corporate Credit Builder, Corporate Credit Builder Blueprint, Corporate Credit Blueprint 6. Remember that. We have Corporate Credit Builders too. But we have Corporate Credit Blueprint 6 and Corporate Credit Blueprint 6 at gmail.com. Corporate Credit Blueprint 6 at gmail.com. Also, Corporate Credit Builder. Also, we have as well. If you call that number, they're going to charge you more. Call this one. 614-349-8242. Now, here's something I wanted to show you how you're going to learn how to get yourself out of the jam. This is just a taste. So next, if you decide to leave, you can leave now. It's perfectly fine. But I want to say thank you for being here. But now here's the one thing I have for you here. Never bring the pain home. You're going to learn how to never, never, never bring the pain home. Why? Because it's important that you understand that you don't have to worry so you can sleep at night. Okay? For instance, you're going to learn the difference between using your social security number and using an SSS form. You're going to learn how to have a corporation, the big yellow one, and you're going to learn how about divisions, how divisions will give you the lines of defense that you've been looking for. You're going to learn that you, as a person that got the credit cards from the people that taught you how to get the cash. There's this one gentleman that he's a younger one, and he's of Asian descent. He's really good at what he talks about, and he teaches everything really well. There's this other gentleman that tells you about, hey, look at how you have $150,000 cash on the table. I got the money from corporate credit, business credit. I'll show you how easy to get it. He's a brilliant gentleman. He's really awesome. And on top of that, the thing is they don't show you how to get out of it, and which means maybe they never had the problem with it, or maybe they have, and the LLCs they use possibly. All right. All I'm saying is this: I'm going to show you a way to take what they've shown you and to expound on it even further, for which means that you're going to learn how to move those cards around to divisions. All right. So the corporation is able to get out of those cards, and then the divisions will be off the hook. I mean, excuse me, the corporation and you will now no longer be on the dotted line. But this has to be established and done properly in the first 18 months. If not, you won't get off. The thing is, you must learn how to establish it in the beginning, and then how to use the divisions and how to use the SSS forms. The SS form does not stand for the Gestapo, okay? It's talking about your Social Security, but I sometimes wonder if it's the same thing. All right, so with that said, you're going to learn how to use tax IDs. How many tax IDs can it have? As many as you want, but you're going to learn this. And then once you learn this step, the reason why I say after 18 months, and it could be less, I just give it some time so you, because some people have life get involved and they have excuses. You can't have excuses anymore, but yet sometimes you do. All right. Then you're going to learn how to become the bank. You're going to learn how to become the bank from A to Z. Buckets of money. You're going to learn how to do buckets of money. That's another course that we have. You versus the IRS. That's what I said. Look at the LLC. Look how they look at the LLC. Look how they consider it. You don't have a whole lot of protection. All right. This way you can stop living on fear. You can stop living on fear of losing what you have. You can start living of what you are going to have and what you do have. But you want to begin to stop living on fear of loss of what you have. And also, you don't have to be a person that's living on the edge. Oh my God, you know, allow the money to come. Your corporation was the one that will help you establish it. All right. You don't have to be in fear to make money. Instead of him, you're making the money. Don't be afraid of making the money. Now you're making the money. Big difference. So now you're gonna learn how to become the bank. Here's a big thing. Learn to become the bank. What if I told you this? Once you learn to become the bank, what if I told you there's special documents, bank written documents, that you actually will be part of a bank or be part of a private bankers association with 10 shares of the bank that will allow you to go ahead and guess what? It will allow you to go ahead and write off stuff, and a bank will pay your documents off. For instance, you want to pay your house off, it'll be able to pay your house off completely. All right. So, for instance, if you had a $300,000, let's say you had a $500,000 house, a $500,000 house will cost you about $60,000 to go ahead and pay it off. That's right. That's what I said. About 60,000 to 65, depending on the circumstances are, maybe to $70,000. But here's the thing: it'll pay it off. No payments, done, over with. We have all this. This is what you want to begin to learn. A lot of people freak out at this. They don't understand it. Here's the thing: that's why people don't get. That's why the rich keep getting rich. There's a lot of things they don't understand. They pay for it, they get it. If they don't, they hang you. So guess what? We come through. We follow through. Here's the beautiful of the whole thing. This is why the rich get richer. You want to play in the game. This is the area to learn to become. Also, another thing is this: like I said, you become in the bank. You're going to have exactly what they have. Why? Because you'll have the documents and the power to go ahead. And if your corporation creates the money, or if you even have the money yourself to do it yourself and get yourself everything out of the way. Live and acquire and establish yourself as the most powerful person in your business industry, which means spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, and socially, in all those areas, you have more freedom to start growing and also help grow an industry. Maybe it helps underprivileged be able to donate back to whatever you want to donate to. Here's the thing: you want to stop building someone else's dream. Start building yours. Stop living on the edge of what if. Turn the what if into why not me? Why not you? A lot of you stop playing to win, and you're playing not to lose. Go ahead and you become like a sedated warrior or a sedated warriorette. Time to get back on the saddle and stop being afraid of other people, afraid of what employees might think of you or may say, or you're afraid of what people might say about you. Who cares? You are the one that are empowered now to have this of what you wish. Living on fear and loss is not the thing what you want to do. You want to be the person that instead of making the money, you're the one that actually is making the money, not the one who's looking to make money. There it is in your hot little hands. And the last but not last thing, eventually why I say you're going to get out of the personal guarantee is that we're going to show you how to use all these divisions to get out of that and build your divisions. We'll get it up to $1 million in cash credit if it's done right. So today, again, if you call 614-349-8242, we'll be glad to go ahead and talk to you and assist you and tell you what the many programs. We have one program, of course, and then after that, these are all other courses that come after that class. This course is another course. The other course is another course. This one here is another course. All right. So this course here is a course. And then the next thing you want to understand, the other courses that we did show you, is that those are all courses. Becoming the bank is another course. The three divisions is another course, because then you'll be ready to go ahead and move to the course so we can start showing you. But the first step, we show you like everybody else. Our whole goal is to get you to the very first step, so you can go ahead and move to the next step. One of the most beautiful things about this is that each step builds on itself. So there is another course after this, but we got to get you first for the first 90 days to get you straight. Then after that, we have the course of the three divisions, how to go ahead and begin to start getting your cash credit if you signed out. Also, the other divisions are for people that don't have the credit scores, how to get the credit scores through the divisions as well. So all these things, we're going to show you how to multiply everything. Easy and simple. So with that, I want to say thank you for being with us. Thank you very much. And most of all, I want to say is that you guys have been awesome. And thank you for your attention. Thank you for paying close attention. And those of you on YouTube that watched, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know it's a little long, but I want to just tell you this. You are folks out there, all of you are awesome human beings. You're beautiful. You're awesome. You can have the dreams, whatever you wish. Just remember, we're here to make sure that you get everything you're looking for spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Why? Because you deserve to go ahead and have exactly what you're looking for. Why not you? And those of you that are all the machismo or machisettes, stop being the sedated warrior and stop being the sedated warriorettes. Let's get on a bus and let's go on a whole another run. A lot of you are very brilliant people out there, more brilliant than anyone else in some areas. Here's the thing. Let's go ahead and let's rumble together and let's create something for yourself. You go, wow, this works, and you can pass it on from generation to generation. So thank you again for all of you, all you YouTube people. You're awesome, and thank you for your attention. I want to say have a blessed day, and most of all, remember that there's no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and no foul word spoken against you will prevail. All right, so we want to say good day, bless you, and may God bless all of you, and stay safe, and please wear a mask and wash your hands as often as you can. All right, have a great day.